Hello, we're going to dive into a little bit of Under in this short demo just to kind of walk through the features and services that we have available. So as a new customer gets started with Under, they'll generally start with one of our marketplace templates. They can grab the most relevant credit card processing, business lending, or any financial instrument products and go ahead and add that to their database. When they do that, they are going to first start on our form builder, which is a fully functional form builder, giving them the ability to design any type of form that lives on the internet. We've already created a framework for some of the best structuring and converting forms, but very easily with clicking and dragging, they can add fields onto the form. They can add any number of unique elements that have been pre-designed within the system, identity verifications, supporting documents, and signatures. They can also structure the layout of the cards, columns, headers, conditional logic, and calculations. All of our forms have the ability to be connected natively to a document, so you can upload any PDF from your computer. We can map these fields to uniquely match to the fields on the form, which will create a signed document that we'll demo here in just a second. Each of these forms are uniquely integrated to our series of integrations and identity vendors, and each of them have formatting setting to adjust the appearance, logo, styles, typography, etc. So once you have a form that you're ready to send, this can either be sent via URL. You can create a customer and send it a unique one to that customer, or you can embed this on your website. The customer is now going to land on your form that you've created and start the process of filling this out. And in this example, some of this data was pre-populated from a salesperson who started the process. First thing we do is use a two-factor authentication to validate the identity of the individual and to securely store the data, and also give them access to be able to go back to this form at any time in the future and update or make changes as time goes on. Again, note the design of the cards and the layout is completely customizable based on how it was built in our form builder. Once the user starts toggling through these cards, you'll get to unique cards that have our native identity integrations included, such as Plaid. You could validate your banking information simply here by continuing with Plaid, choosing your bank, and logging in. Or if you don't want to use that service, you can fill this out the standard way by typing the data on the panel. We have a series of identity integrations that I'll show you the results in the customer record in just a second. Our forms natively connect to the PDF that was attached. So we've pre-populated this entire form, checked all the checkboxes, radio boxes, basically taken a 30-question form and possibly filled out a 400 input PDF. We have an internal electronic signature component as a part of this. I'm already an Under user, so it's got my signature signed, but if I hadn't been, it would pop up a draw pad and I would sign an initial right here on the screen, all in one step without having to receive a separate DocuSign. They can upload supporting documents, and then they can submit this file. After that, this creates a customer record in Under for our user. They're going to see all the data that was submitted on that form, and they even have the ability to edit this if they notice that the Social Security number is not correct for some reason. This could then create a trigger back to the customer to update the PDF and get a separate signature. We'll store all the documents as a part of that within this customer record. So here's a copy of the signed application. We also include things such as our e-signature confirmation form, as well as any uploaded documents that the user may have uploaded or were directly uploaded by the customer here. And finally, we get to our integrations. So we now have a lot of validity to the forms where we can qualify the individual who's applying. So in this case, if they used Plaid, we can get an overview of how much money is in the bank, routing and checking account numbers. We can cross-reference the identity on the bank to the identity of the person who's applying to see if those match. 6 months transaction history. We have a native Google Apps integration that shows where I'm sitting right now while I'm filling out this form. We have an orchestration process in place for KYC and KYB, giving an overview from multiple data sources to create a good picture of if this person is who they say they are, what the related scores come back at, and how to make a decision. Our KYB includes website scan, fraudulent checks, a variety of different searches, OFAC and watch list checks, locations of where the business may be, filings, web scan, and a map of everything. And then we click a button to push this data to their CRM or their processor.